And we are back in the booth tonight. We have got Rara Rasputin. I'll be your host, Dr. Headline tonight's card. We've got Mr. Humbledink versus LW Albazad. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Forgot to mention we are on MMA Fight Night 29. And Rara, how's it been, mate?
Yeah, it's been good, Doc. How have you been, good sir?
I've been good. We've got a stacked card tonight. And you see from top to bottom, you've got the co-main event of Voltage versus the Moffat Man. An interesting fight indeed. You got Bang Bang, of course, on the card, as I've mentioned so many times in the past. He is a fighter to look out for. He is one of the best strikers in this game, you have to say. Further down the card, you also got another great striker in Tadpole. Of course, you've got Mish just below him and Big Nige. Anybody in particular stand out to you on this card, Rara?
I think you have covered most of the bases, but I do want to point out, if you look a little bit lower down the card, you've got a commentator, and such my life. And I hear he's good. I've never seen him fight, and I'm excited to see him fight today. Never seen him fight in my life, and I'm excited to see it.
That's always good. Satchmo's typically known for picking out a Ferguson pick, so maybe we'll expect to see that on the welterweight division. Moving further down the card, you got Hammer with his mighty rubber guard, Ricardo with his instant pressure, came Intro with his technique. Yourself is also on the card fighting the mighty K Firefight in the heavyweight division. Further down, you got KM Adjust, a former primetime champ, looking to make his way up again. He's currently on the mid prelims, but I'll expect to see him coming up to the main card as he gets a couple more wins under his belt. Milky Joe is a tough opponent, and to know got Bone doing work, making his turn. But up first, with a name change on one end versus a debut, we got Mohammed Maka, or how we pronounce that name, also known as Get On My Level, versus Sambo War, making his debut.
Get On My Level, obviously being 0-2 in the promotion at the moment. He has lost a couple of fights, but he's not looked half bad from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, obviously, well, sometimes the case you do just lose to some tough opponents.
He's an ASFL fighter, I hear.
Yeah, well, you do just lose to some tough opponents, and sometimes that is the case. Is that you make your debut against someone really tough, you fight someone, you fight another debuter or someone who's got 1-0, and you end up just having a 2-fight losing streak purely because you're fighting really good fighters who are still getting there to make their name. So, see how it goes.
Indeed, is it Sambo War? I think he's in the ESFL, is he not?
Which is quite interesting to see. It's an ESFL player looking to make his debut in prime time. It's always nice to see the top talents from other promotions such as ESFL coming over and looking to make their name, looking to go get that PlayStation strap off of the current champion Atakan. Now a touch of gloves by Poirier and McGregor, both of them starting off a fairly slow pace by the seems of it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the knees early on from Mr. Get On My Level. Really, nice takedown there. Pretty sure it's a double barrel. Don't know if it's impossible. Still barrel even. It's a smart move, though, definitely. Because McGregor hasn't got the best in terms of like grappling, as he looks to get the potential get up here, as he does get it there, Doctor.
Poirier can strike with McGregor. However, I think anybody who knows McGregor's power, knows his skill level, it's just better to clinch, play this dirty game, play aggressive. So far, though, Poirier putting on his pressure, McGregor trying to get some good shots off, circling out, moves that straight, gets a couple nice combos off. McGregor is just willing to trade. Poirier just moving his head, hoping, fires a knee, doesn't get it, and with 3 minutes 40 left on the clock, both of them are looking to put one hell of a fight on.
Yeah, the pace that they've set so far in this fight really gives you a good opener to the card. The pace that they're fighting at the moment. Oh, nearly takes him the head kick. Does he deny the takedown? He maybe
double turning takedowns against the cage. You rarely see that within this game. Lovely job there by Get On My Level, just managing to work him straight down to the ground. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock to work, and this still got a tough fight ahead of him here.
Yeah. If I'm Poirier, I am going to look to not allow McGregor to get into that position. It's a very difficult one to deny, if I'm not mistaken there. Ooh, he does get out of it. He seems to be quite competent in defending in the clinch. In terms of
McGregor is just... The main issue here is McGregor isn't letting himself get dominated. He's just having pot shots landing every time. He's trying to play the aggressive here. The knee lands, though, does do a lot to his standard jab straight against that block. A trade there, uppercut gets blocked. Another takedown gets shot, and it lands nicely there for Poirier.
One of my old fights. Relentless takedowns. I'm loving it from Poirier. It's smart, but like
it's relentless takedowns.
Winning the striking battle perhaps stay with it, maybe? Oh, he has broken his block there. The block is damaged on Mr. Sambo War.
Got side control there.
Not really looking too good at the moment.
Again, though, Poirier seems to be fairly gets a knee to the face there. Doesn't do any real major damage. It seems like a minute left on the clock. Both of them exchange fairly high. Poirier seems to be getting better on the feet and ground, with McGregor slowly gassing himself out. 1-2 lands cleanly there straight. Gets Munger lands, and a head kick lands cleanly there.
You expected that to be coming as he spun him here again.
Poirier's trying to put really on this pressure.
This fight out. Really impressive performance so far from the Dustin Poirier player. Considering the guy's 0-2, he's really impressive so far.
Well, I feel like Sambo wants a somewhat technical fight. On the other hand, Get On My Level just wants to play this game of just peppering shot after shot on him, and that is definitely the case. This is kind of what you want to do, especially in someone like McGregor. Is McGregor relies on that technique, relies on that power. If you can just make it dirty, make it rough, you grapple, and then when you stick him on the feet, just put on this weird, obscene pressure on him, he's going to have a difficulty time getting any kind of reads off.
Definitely there. I'd like to maybe see a few leg kicks, really, because McGregor doesn't have the best leg kick defense in the world, like, is in best leg kick. If you land it, should I say, he's not got the best leg kicks to, like, check it. Not check it. If you hit his legs a lot, his legs are going to go down a lot quicker because you're Poirier. And Poirier's got really good like calf kicks and leg kicks and stuff. Yeah, a nice takedown there. 4-star
leg calf kick, so it's very effective. Does deny the top mount. Lovely job there by McGregor. Make sure he doesn't get much damage off. Puts him into half guard. Probably looking for a full guard now, but with 4 minutes 30 left on the clock, it's going to be a slow pace for Poirier to actually start doing damage. Does get top mount though, Rara.
Yeah, definitely. Nice top mount there. You probably might want to look to mount up and get a bit of damage onto that head and block even, because it'd just be nice to see. Oh, as he does here, he looks raining down some strikes. He's raining down well, but surely Sambo is blocking quite a few, but he's still dealt quite a bit of damage, as he has gone to back mount. Very brave. Something I did personally. He denies the back flat though. Perhaps going to look to get up and maybe not. I don't know if you have that in from McGregor there, but nice little half guard there as he does get into full guard now. Perhaps going to look for the get up if I'm McGregor maybe. Take a couple of transitions, get out. Yeah, nice flip there from McGregor there, Doctor.
Yeah, again, as McGregor, although you had some... This is what happens when you have two decent grapplers, is you end up just reversing, flipping one another over. Now in top mount, and Get On My Level needs to start looking for the go-go. Go-go? Triangle armbar here, lovely job there.
There goes Bandock.
No, triangle armbar is allowed. Mounted go-go, on the other hand, is banned. This is a triangle armbar, though, and it is legal so far. Looking to get it decently done. Good job on the tracking, and so far slow and Desi pace.
Maybe not. I'd probably have let it go.
I probably would let it go here. But the issue is, though, you're so far into it now that you kind of just got to be patient. Although the bar is getting close, he doesn't get it, and that's a lovely job by McGregor now getting back on.
Because they get up there, smart from McGregor to probably looks for that, because he needs that really. He needs to probably try and use the bit of power that he does have in. Ooh, just send him back there. Dustin's got to be careful with that, because he doesn't want to dig the body too much and potentially be hit by an uppercut, which with McGregor, as he does stun him here.
There we go. That's what you want as McGregor, just landing that straight. Starts throwing that 4-piece combos. That's what you want. Uppercut there doesn't get the proper damage off, but that's something for the Poirier to be wary of. Head kick gets fired there. One knockdown a piece, if I'm not mistaken, and both of them now starting to play this weird pepper shot game just because of how low their cardio is.
I would say that Sambo's a lot lower than Poirier's, but that's because Sambo is a McGregor player. McGregor doesn't seem to have the best cardio in the world in this game, especially from pepper and body shots that have been coming from Dustin this entire fight, really.
It's mainly those knees. Nice. Every time he throws those knees, you see the stamina of Sambo just goes immensely down. A couple of knockdowns in favour of Poirier as well. And that's going to do some major damage to takedowns as well, as ain't going to help any matters. Neil Betty now looking to get some heavy ground and pound off, looking to get payback for the knockdown. Doesn't succeed to do much damage, gassing himself out with 8 seconds left on the clock. That's probably a call to this round.
I feel like it's Poirier's round there, 2-0 Poirier. Despite McGregor's knockdown, he didn't do a lot really, did he? He just got taken down for a lot other than the knockdown. Yeah, it's definitely McGregor's round. Not McGregor's round, sorry, Poirier's round. Because Poirier has a knockdown and he's had, like, what, 3 minutes of control time, perhaps? really quite a difficult to call.
Yeah, give or take, Poirier has had the better thing. As I've been saying, though, it's mainly because he's made this fight dirty. He started in the first round hectic. He played a grappling game, and then just made it look that. Now McGregor's got the stun, doesn't get any shot there. Head kick follows suit. Now the jab of McGregor is starting to get established, and he probably should have thought about getting that established very early on. Takedown shot there, and does land cleanly, Rara.
Yeah, definitely. The stamina disadvantage from McGregor doesn't look too vastly different to Poirier's now, which is nice. Like, oh, he just flip him over there. That's nice. Perhaps wants to look to get to the feet because I seem to be having a bit more like. There, what's the word? He seems to be having a better time with it on the feet, McGregor, now than he has been. So I'd probably look to get to the feet from this, perhaps. Yeah, and he does.
To go for a bit of damage and then gets back on the feet. That's kind of what you want to be doing. If you're going to be allowed to do posture up, you might as well try to do some damage. But I'm not sure that the feet may be the best idea. Sambo Ward's got a lot of low cardio, and I think if he tries to win this round, he's going to have a bit more success. Because I think it's 1-1 apiece coming to this third round. This is kind of it make or breaks you now to see if McGregor can actually get some type of knockdown.
Yeah, McGregor definitely needs that knockdown if he is to potentially. Oh, he spears him there! Really nice spear, as I call it, from Dustin Poirier. McGregor does get into sprawl now, though. Potentially looking for the get up, doesn't get denied and gets back to his feet. Very brave, but he does pull it off very well. Is he going to look to use that right hand now, establish the jab, get the right hand going, and knock the fucker out?
He did make.
He knows he might be 2 rounds down, might be at 1 apiece, but he wants to finish the fight.
McGregor looking for the pullback, both of them using the head movement. Those knees are starting to cause some big trouble for McGregor. An elbow there clotheslines him, and now McGregor's on his feet and now in a clinch position where we've seen this countless times. Has been a difficult time for him. Another clinch attempt there, a couple knees side, and just starting to put on this pressure, playing this dirty boxing game by Poirier.
He's getting clinched to pieces here. It's just really nice, proper dirty little boxing match that he is putting on for us to watch, really. Like, Dustin, for a guy who's supposed to be able to, he's looked really good, isn't he?
Yeah, he really does. And that's sometimes the case when you see the 0-2 guys. Sometimes they have a couple bad performances, maybe it's nerve. That pullback was lovely. Sad to see the punish. Didn't do much, though. The body kick lands. That stamina is now as close to the word stamina as you could possibly imagine. And Poirier is still swinging for the fences, even with 40 seconds left to go. And he's probably won the fight here. A minute left in
the fight now. I've got to be thinking, if I'm Dustin Poirier, knock the fucker out. Both of them even knock each there. I want to see both of them. They just need to really try and knock the other out because it's a really difficult one to call.
They're both just standing there trading winging shots. It's a very interesting idea. Finally gets the elbow, and that may have secured McGregor the victory.
Yeah, given McGregor the victory. In another second, that'd have given him the victory. That'd have given him the win without the judges' scorecards.
Saved the bell indeed. Coming into the judges' decision, the one thing we know about the judges is they're about as inconsistent as real life, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I feel like McGregor's just about won it, just purely off of the knockdowns, but if I'm just going it personally, Dustin's won, but I think EA give it to McGregor because of the knockdowns, because they take damage over control time more.
I mean, they did get knocked down twice, so I could definitely see it going to Poirier, but unanimous decision for McGregor. Always a fun time to see. McGregor taking the dubs over the Dustin Poirier. Very close fight between the two of them.
Definitely there. Just both of them really look good. They just need to probably fine-tune a few things, perhaps. Go back to the lab, fine-tune a couple of bits and bobs, you know, because neither of them looked absolutely brilliant.
29-28 in the favour of Sambo. Always a good fight to see.
Definitely there. Really liked it. As we do move on now to LW Havoc versus Mr. Bone doing work in featherweight division. Oh, perhaps let's see Max Holloway here.
The featherweight division is always a fun division. We move over to the Xbox side now, so probably expect just as much grappling, just as much striking. It's always the case when it comes to these matches. But hey.
Yeah, for sure. We've got McGregor's Alloy. No, Petty, so I always get them two confused. He gets to straight in early, but doesn't get that. He gets the leg kick checked. Not too good early. He's getting his leg kick checked again. McGregor seems to be knowing what he wants to do there. With Pettis, he likes to throw that fancy spinning nonsense in that. The double head kick and stuff like that, Doc.
Yeah, well, Pettis is one of these mental boxers. He has, like, as you mentioned, he has like the ducking kick into kind of thing.
Oh,
Double hooks there though, and just clotheslines Havoc, and both of them playing a steady game. Bobby kick there lands, and both of them just looking for any type of shots they can master. Question mark kick also lands, and lovely job there by Pettis, Rara.
Pettis is throwing a lot of unorthodox strikes, but they're not doing any damage because of how he's throwing. He's throwing like a head kick in the pocket, which isn't going to do a lot of damage, is it?
Oh, he was about to go for the spinning kick, but I feel like the straight clip there looks to go off the side, doesn't get it. The leg kick there by McGregor, 1-2 down the middle. Hook clips him again. Bone doing work, just trying to put on this pressure whilst making sure not to over-engage.
Oh, it's lucky.
Very lucky. The whiff on the overhand saved in the right leg kick.
Has he broken his leg already? Wow. Only one leg kick is hit.
The pace, Pettis is putting on, he doesn't seem like he's landing much, but he's playing a really aggressive pace. I feel like if McGregor isn't careful, he's going to get clipped by something wild and not be able to recover.
Definitely. I'd have probably perhaps gone for a Max Holloway pick down here. Maybe not Max Holloway, I don't really use him. Oh, is he just hitting that? Well, maybe a more grapple like a Volkanovski or something.
But I feel like with the Pettis pick. No, but I feel like with the Pettis pick, it's just the fact he's a bit more flow with the kick. Yes, Max kind of has the same kicks, but I feel like with Pettis, you are just able to flow a bit more in between that boxing and kicking, more than you can do with someone like Holloway. But hey, each them over the picks. We've got this minute 30 left in round one, and so far, I would lean in the favour of McGregor, but Pettis is playing like a nutcase.
Yeah, Pettis is looking to just knock him clean out. Oh, and perhaps should have looked. Oh, as he does it. And I see it, he's going to look for the finish. Perhaps this could be it here.
And he does get it cleanly.
Pettis goes to sleep with that one. It was just like the pace that he was fighting at. McGregor worked out the pace early and used his boxing to just slow down the fight and realistically win.
Well, Pettis was trying to put this pace on him, and you saw McGregor just constantly walking away, constantly circling, making sure to be out the way of any time Pettis went to kick, and that's exactly how you fight someone who's looking to play that aggressive game, looking to put on that pressure.
Sure you do. And with that now, we do move over to Random the One versus Trails War, another ESFL fighter in the heavyweight division. My favourite heavyweight in the game. I love heavyweight division.
Trials versus Random the One. Rand's been with us a long time. Trials making his debut within this, and so it's going to be an interesting time to watch it. Now moving back over to the PS side, should be an interesting fight. Dean Azdaresh, John Jones versus Cormier. This is going to be an interesting fight. Same, we've got 3 rounds to go. Well, that was quick. Takedown off the bat, and now John Jones has got to get off the ground, gets a deny, and a Kimura attempt instantly. I'm not particularly sure where Rasputin's has gone, and so far we see Cormier going for this sub attempt. He's going quite successful with less than a minute into round 1. This is going to be a quick one if he gets it. The escape's nearly there, but the blue bar is going high. It does seem to be in the favour of John Jones, though, and with that, he makes his escape. Couple ground and pound shots there. Does get up now. Finally, John Jones playing his aggression, puts on the front kick, goes for a takedown off his own, evidently wanting retaliation from the takedown early shot earlier. That's the words I was looking for. Denied on the back position, posture up now. 3 minutes left on the clock. Reverses into the half guard, not half guard side controls. Fakes that, gets a deny on that, and a couple more elbows to go along with his issues.
Yeah, he's been looking for that Kimura and just sitting in that crucifix, if I'm not mistaken. Has he not for this fight? He looked for quite a few submissions early on, didn't he? Tried to fear his opponent. He's keeping him in that crucifix really well, dealing the damage to Jones's head. Jones. It's giving me flashbacks to UFC 3, yeah.
Yeah, it really is when you just have that crucifix hold, and this is a big issue now for Jones. He needs to get out of it, otherwise he ends up in a position like that. And Jones gets finished.
Oh, wow. Daniel Cormier just, boom.
Yep, quick, simple, and to the point. Can't even hear the crowd cheer. Raw cheer. Well, same thing. Nonetheless, and that fight ended fairly quickly. He's got a lovely job there by Charles Ward getting the win, and on to the next fight we shall go.
That will be LWDI5HON0R versus ARC77. In the lightweight division, moving down a bit, probably going to see Dustin Poirier pick here if I'm going to bet any money on it. If I was a betting man, I'd bet there'd be a Dustin Poirier pick in this fight. Which normally is at lightweight, isn't there? I don't know really anything about either guy, both making their debut tonight, I think. Is it in this season?
I think ACR77 has made a couple of his debut in the past, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
Indeed it is, Doc. I don't know what you're really looking for here, or I don't know what we're supposed to watch out for.
I'm not sure what we're watching out for, but as you said, when it comes to the lightweight division, you're going to see two Poirier picks like it is. And so, even then, that doesn't give you any clue on what type of fighters they are. Are they strikers? Are they grapplers? You're never particularly too sure. Although, by the seems of it, Dishonored does seem to have a lot more striking pressure based here as ACR just tries to put on fire back with the shots as he's getting pressured.
Yeah, he does, and he's doing it quite well at the moment. Seems that Poirier in the blue trunks, I can't remember the name, I'm really bad with names, apologies, is pressuring very well at the moment, and he's just looking to box nicely with the little shots to body, shots to head, just mix it up, and he stuns him already, wow.
That's right,
the pace that has been on these fights so far has been insane.
That body shot there. Again, it's just a case of they're circling around the cage, a body shot there lands, and ACR's having a very difficult time getting any type of flow on. He's just having this constant pressure. Anytime he pulls back, he's met with a straight, and it's just a beautiful job so far, as we've seen, by Dishonored putting on this pressure.
Yeah, definitely. Really can agree there. It's just like Dustin in the blue trunks is just boxing very well. In comparison to the other one, he's just kind of like letting him strike when the body works relentless, and it's really impressive. His box now broken as such, Doc, so it's really nice. Just the flow going on, but he does have a nice little dodge on him. White trunk boy.
Head kick to the face, a straight follow suit. Finally starting to get a bit of comebacks now, but so far Dishonored's happy to meet that with more aggression, and that's what he's doing. That straight lead hook is landing every time he throws it, and 2 minutes left on the clock so far. It's not looking very good for ACR77.
It is not at the moment, but he's getting knocked down again there, Mr. Sevens.
Another knockdown follows suit. Now jumping on him, looking to land some heavy ground and pound, playing that he dead the game, gets
he's gone. Really impressive performance from DI5 there. Just quick to the point, what you want really, and it's to get people's attention.
It really is a very effective job there, and that's kind of the way it goes when you're looking at these things. What you want your fight to be, you want to be quick, simple, and a simple KO if you can manage it, just to make sure you're not at risk of the fight.
Very true, very true there. And with that, we move on to Milky Joe versus KM Adjust in the welterweight division. KM obviously a former champ, or have we skipped a fight? No, we haven't.
No, we are correct in doing this. It is KM Adjust versus Milky Joe.
Joe 0-2.
Yep.
And obviously, Adjust being 1-1. Former champion as well in Adjust.
Game Adjust also just losing to Dirty Dave. Not a bad opponent at all. Now looking to maybe look up for a tune-up fight. That's not to disregard Milky Joe's skill level, since he's still a very good opponent. Very deadly all around. Knows how to grapple, knows how to strike. And now we see a Masvidal versus Robbie Lawler pick. Lawler's going to seem a bit like an odd pick, but he's a very underrated and hits like a truck.
He does indeed, and with Jorge Masvidal players, they're probably going to use the kicks, keep the range away from the Lawler, stop Lawler from landing those power hits that will hit you like a truck if they connect.
Yeah, kicking out the legs of Lawler may be the idea. Not looking to box him, as you said. Use that kickboxing the Masvidal to keep that distance. Use the side kick, use the teeps against someone like Adjust, because that's what you're going to need to use.
Oh, for sure. Oh, he's got to be careful when he starts the body bag, because fighters like Adjust are going to know a lot of the time when to hit that uppercut and to time it perfectly. He's really hitting the leg kicks well. Lawler, or Adjust, should I say, really needs to look to start blocking those. Otherwise, his leg's going to be gone before we even reach the 3rd minute of the round here.
And a body kick as well there by Masvidal. Jab straight there. Adjust is putting on his pressure, but everything seems to be landing perfectly for Milky Joe. Adjust is just walking into every shot he fires, and that seems to be the difficulty. As I say that, though, it just seems to want to prove me wrong. They're landing a very clean combo there.
Yeah, definitely. Really need to see that Adjust is blocking some of those leg kicks, because at the moment it's just little tappy shots to the leg that's going to attack you later on in the fight. It's going to really cause some problems. Although the boxing-wise, I've got to say that other than Lawler is probably ahead in that department, but like kickboxing, definitely Masvidal. Masvidal's using those kicks really well. The 1-2s, you know, to set up the kicks.
No, definitely seems like Adjust is just getting that jab established, and although that's effective, if he wants to do major damage, he's going to need to build behind it, whether doing the body work, whether doing some more head work, building up with those uppercuts as you see there, that straight behind it. That's kind of what you want to see. You don't want to just see 3 jabs and then nothing following suit, because that body kick's just done a lot more than those 3 jabs.
Oh, for sure. He's really hitting some nice strikes at the moment, and I'm loving how it works. He's stopper him really well. So the jabs into the little flowy strikes, that's what I'm going to call them now. We're going to go with it. Just like, it seems that Lawler's probably having slightly better time with it, but like... I say
commentary curse. Lawler's having a slightly better time. Gets head kicked in the face, and now Milky Joe definitely seems like he's having the better of these exchanges and better all round so far.
And what I meant by better time, I meant he's probably having a better time in the striking department. The kicks, though, of Jorge have been really all over him. It's not looking good for Robbie Lawler in terms of the kicking department. Probably wants to just look to circle away from the cage, get a bit of pressure off of his back, get some room to move forward instead of back.
You see that, like, he triples up on that jab, lands a nice uppercut, but the most he's landed so far is he's landed a couple of jabs and then followed by that strike. It's the most powerful strike to be, and finally lands that strike cleanly, lands kick at the end, but doesn't get anything from it as the bell rings out. Lawler only landing 5 significant strikes, whilst only landing 34. That's very poor in favour of Lawler, and I think the Masvidal is going to have a lot more success coming into this second round.
Yeah, definitely Masvidal. Just wants to stick to the game plan, really. Perhaps... I don't know, really. Perhaps maybe I want to see a flying knee knockout. Try and knock him out with a flying knee. That'd be fun.
I think both of them do have flying knees, so it is a possible fault. We've seen Caliber been knocked out by a flying knee with Masvidal against Pug, if I'm not mistaken. So it'd be an interesting one to see if Adjust could get it back on someone like Masvidal. But hey.
Yeah, definitely though, as it just seems to be whiffing a lot of strikes at the moment. It's not good. He's just whiffing a tad bit.
Uppercut there.
As he's
I don't
stunned
necessarily whiffing. I think it's just he's hitting on the block, and the only thing he's really throwing on particularly much is using that jab. I mentioned using the jab a lot to establish distance, but if you're not building behind of it, that jab's pointless. It's the weird part about a jab. Either use it and build behind it, or don't use it and make a different game plan for yourself.
Unless obviously you've got a jab that hits like a truck, then use your jab. Yeah, but most fighters in the game don't have jabs that hit like trucks, do they? So
yeah, no,
not really gonna work.
Fighters in the game don't have a jab straight like Usman's, in which someone will die if hit by it twice.
It was stunned again. They're not good at the moment.
Another
and again.
straight there. Couple hooks there. Overhand
really
narrowly avoids it. Jab straight there. Double jab on the straight. Hook misses. A leg kick follows suit. And now Milky Joe knows that he can't play too aggressive if he wants to look for the KO.
For sure with that one. Like, he's really just got to keep sticking to what he's doing. Just keep the range in your favour. Just keep doing what you're doing. But got to be careful though of Lawler's big strikes, because if Lawler hits 2, maybe even 3 big strikes on you in a row, like I say,
Straight
it could be
uppercut
lights
there.
out here.
Jab there, leads a hook there, trades with the straight, and Masvidal's got to be known that his chin's a bit compromised. Although landed 5 significant strikes in the first round, he's definitely made up for it just from the amount of head damage he did. Get the pivot lunge, gets a leg kick though, and a minute 30 left on the clock now. And that leg kick has finally broken the leg.
Definitely, it's taken a while, but he's got there and he's forced them to switch stance, which is what you want there, really. Really good work from both of them, but definitely got to be saying that Milky Joe's looking the better of, and he knocks him down. It could this be
And he finishes him.
Really impressive performance from Milky Joe there. Just wow, really. He just established his range better, just figured out range a lot quicker and a lot better. Because by the time Lawler had worked out the range, it was already too late if Sosa saw it beat, if I'm following. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the main issue, because you saw Lawler getting kind of a bit more into the fire at the end and during that second round, but Milky already had a very good reach, already damaged him enough to the point where I just couldn't come back and adjust to his fight, pretty much.
You couldn't adjust indeed. And with that now, we move on to TFA Funky versus the newly TMF Kevin P. I think he's now part of TMF, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. He's the most recent addition to TMF, if I'm not mistaken. Got the classic TFA versus TMF matchup in the welterweight division this time, so it's going to be an interesting fight. We saw Lawler and Masvidal first time round. I think we've got a Burns versus a GSP this time round, so it's going to be interesting. Joined by the 2 commentators tonight as well, of John Anik and DC.
Oh wow, very interesting to say the least. Oh yeah, John Anik and DC. Hello John, hello DC. Anyway, Funky is probably better at grappling, but his striking's nothing to be slept on. And with Kev, he's better at striking than he is grappling. So it's a striker versus grappling matchup, if you ask me personally, with my experience with both of these gentlemen.
Yeah, both of these gentlemen do indeed play a very aggressive game. Front kick there, jab straight follows suit, an uppercut there, and both of them playing a very aggressive game.
Oh, for sure, there he gets a nice takedown on him. He looks like perhaps deny the side control. No, he doesn't get the denying side control there. It's probably like, I'd say it's a smart move if you're GSP to try grapple him with Burns.
It's a very smart move.
It's a really nice ground and pound.
Well, that is what you want when you have someone with 98 ground and pound attribute, is just having that ability to grapple. Denies there by the great Kev. Funky in a difficult position, does posture up, and now we saw the ground and pound in half guard. This is going to be some deadly ground and pound.
The damage here is not looking good for Funky early. He needs to perhaps get back into our half guard, not get denied there.
Another deny, and now we see him bring some more ground and pound to stun there. Burns suffering massively
nice
and gets the finish.
That is a statement to the division with that one. I'm just wow.
You had probably just put the Xbox division on notice there, getting that quicker ground and pound response as well, knowing that Kevin P's have a bit of difficulties in recent times, but definitely made his changes, and now is going to be a very interesting fighter to see.
Definitely. Really looked evolved, lad. I don't know what TMF have been feeding him, but whatever it is, it's worked. And with that, we move on to the, how do you say that? Lightweight champ, I think it is.
Lightweight champ versus a Mystic Mac. Mystic Mac's
been around forever.
Yeah, he has indeed. He's known for that beautiful 1-2 piece, and so that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes indeed. And lightweight champ, I never heard of him, to be honest. Not trying to be disrespectful to the guy. I hope he makes me hear it.
And he's a debuter as well, so it's always going to be good to see. We had a couple of debuts this card, and this card was about a couple of them trying to make themselves known. And with that being said, let's get straight into this fight.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait for this one. Brian Ortega versus Volkanovski. So, Ortega probably having the better in terms of grappling, but it's hardly like hardly a real disadvantage for Volkanovski, is it necessarily?
I mean, yeah, okay, it's not a massive disadvantage in the favour of Ortega, I would say, because the better pick here is Volkov, but Ortega's got a lot of moves that just someone like Volkanovski doesn't. If you need the basics, Volkanovski's your guy. If you need some mental kicks, Ortega's your guy.
Yeah, definitely. Because he's got that like crane kick and stuff like that, hasn't he? Which is just nice to use. Because I used to pick Ortega a lot in featherweight. Then I just stopped. I don't know why.
He's also got the spinning kick of doom, and he's got some good striking. Misses on the straight, gets uppercut, body work there, and Mac is nearly dead already.
Really nice. That was really nice from Volkanovski. That's what you want to see. Just a guy you could just turn it on at the flick of a switch with you.
You see both of them trying to exchange and trade, although Ortega seems to be leaning into a lot more shots. Matt shoots a takedown, rare to see, and now we're on the ground.
That's what you want. You need to. Matt's obviously not really a guy who does takedowns often, but with Ortega, you probably want to see more grappling, perhaps.
Well, the Ortega pick's an interesting one because
etc.
you have the rubber guard, you have the submissions. On the other hand, Ortega's not particularly good on the top, but he's definitely a lot better on the bottom, I would say. But the only issue with someone being on top is that allows them to get that ground and pound off. So it's kind of this weird trade you have to have between the two.
Yeah, for sure, can agree with that. It's really nice striking, though, from both at the moment, but got to say that Volkanovski's probably getting slightly better off from it. He's just been able to use the more power that he does have it behind his punches, although he's definitely not out of it yet, Mr. Ortega. He's really actually doing quite well,
he's
considering...
starting to come into fruition, if anything, I would say. Volkanovski started off very high, very against it. Now Mack is starting to figure out that distance, looking to piece apart the lightweight champion, and so far he's having a lot of success for it as the last minute comes to close on this round.
And if you are just tuning in, no, he's not actually the primetime lightweight champion. Like, it's just his name. And yeah, really nice striking from both of them. Just flowing a bit. Like, Ortega's definitely coming into his own a bit more as the fight goes on. But Volkanovski, he's just eating a lot to his block, and his block's not going to look too good going into the second round here if we do get that far. It's just flows a bit.
Well, you never know. 20 seconds left on the clock. Someone could look for a finish. Does lose the slip hook. Doesn't get it straight. Head kick follows. Matt gassed out. Body shot there follows. Doesn't land. And both of them trying their hardest here. Body rock there. Stun there and a drop with a second left. Saved by the bell going into the second round.
That
would be one hell of a fight.
Second on that, if you ask me. Ortega definitely needs to look to perhaps utilise some more grappling if he's got the stamina and brain cells left to do so after the beating he's just taken there.
I mean, he's got some fancy kicks. He's got the crane kick, death kick. If he really wanted to be a bastard, he could fake glove touch him. It's kind of legal. It does. The rule book does say protect yourself at all times, so it's kind of the way it goes. But hey,
it does, to be fair. Indeed, it does. We're really nice at the moment from Volkanovski, properly putting on a statement as such to the division. A lot of these debut guys and guys behind on their records are putting out statements tonight, if you ask me personally.
They really are. It does seem to be this night of the underdogs. Either you're making your debut or you're on the losing record so far, and you are winning. Both of them now playing a steady game. Mac gets uppercut to the face, body shot there, and uppercut follows, working that body up top. And this is issues.
Overthrown there. And he does get stunned. That's hopefully a reminder that don't overthrow on your punches. There's still plenty of time left in the fight for him to turn this script on its head. Flip the script, as such, should I say, Doctor?
That is the biggest issue when you are looking for that finish, though, is that if you're not careful, you're going to get clipped and you're going to get caught, and that's the dangerous part. Gets the drop there, now going for the ground and pound. Will he get the finish? No. He gives up and just...
ground and pound.
Probably not feeling confident in getting the finish. Goes with body kick, doesn't get it. Jab established, uppercut whiffed by both opponents. Max Stam is basically gone. If Volkanovski realizes he could put on this pressure and have an easy time, but you have got to be wary with the finish.
Oh,
double drop there, gets him back
surely
up.
He's like playing with his food now, but I don't like it when people do that, as I have said many times in this booth and in many others. Don't play with your food. Finish the fight when you get the opportunity to do so.
It's a league fight. You never know what's going to happen. If you don't finish your fight, your opponent will. And that's always been the case. And the uppercut kills him, putting an end to
Somebody
that fight
call an ambulance.
round 2.
I think he's dead. Really impressive performance. Just wow.
Yeah, lightweight champ did a very impressive performance there, and that's what you want to see by such an opponent. Max, a very veteran to the game, and he just showcases that his striking was the better one within that fight.
Yeah, for sure. And with that, I'm not going to leave permanently. I'm just going to leave for this fight because it is my time in the octagon today.
Should be a fun one, always nice to see Rara compete on this level, showcasing his skills against someone like K5 a fairly effective grappler all the same. So with that being said, let's get straight into this bout. And in the heavyweight division, Rara Rasputin, K5 should be an interesting fight. That's not Dan Murriata. I can't remember. Maybe I can't remember the ref's name. That's always a fun one. Someone remind me later. We got Ngannou versus Gane, the champ fight, which we've all been waiting for. Body kicks there, hook there, straight there, followed by retaliation. 4 minutes 40 already, and both of them are playing a very aggressive game. Maybe not one you want to be playing against someone like Francis Ngannou. Follows a leg kick there, hook there, and both of them didn't get the stun. I don't know, it was a very weird one to see. The block low, the head health lower, denial of it, goes to the full guard, gets denied, goes for another full guard, fakes it, goes to the full guard now and gets back up on the feet, clearly happy to keep this on the feet. Although I think IRL, you'd imagine Gane would want to keep it on the ground, especially with someone as crazy as Ngannou. Straight mixed up. Both of them seem to be playing a straight kind of game. You're looking for that stopping power, not necessarily damage. If you can stop your opponent from landing cleanly, you're going to have a much better time. Yves Levine, I've just been corrected on by the ref, if I'm not mistaken. If I have pronounced that wrong, evidently I'm not reading correctly, but we continue. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock from both opponents. We've got Ngannou playing on the back foot, surprisingly, probably looking for relying on his power. Gane, on the other hand, has probably got a knockdown, if I'm not mistaken. And with the rear head kick, and both of them are looking to make a statement in the heavyweight division. Lovely bit ahead of him there. Sadly, it doesn't go to waste. A jab straight gets clipped. A leg kick followed by Ngannou. By the seams of it, both of them are wanting to play a kind of kickboxing game, which is only going to favour Gane, I feel like. Leg kick follows there. The leg of Ngannou starting to look a bit damaged now, and both of them are still fairly close, to be fair, in terms of actually damage dealt. .50 seconds left. Both of them trading with jab straights and straight. Finally lands that stun. Ngannou put on his pressure, whiles an overhand and doesn't get it. A side kick follows suit, and it's just this. I feel like so far Ngannou is just on this back foot. Rara's putting on this pressure, just keeping him tempered against that, against behind the black line. There we are, words. Behind that black line, and that's what he wants to be doing with someone who's got such dangerous pressure. And here we see at the end both of them trading lovely shots by both. A front kick does land at the end though, getting a stun in the favour of K5 Fired. 29-10, one knockdown in the favor of Rara, definitely securing a victory. You did also see that Rara got about 40% accuracy in terms of shots landed. On the other hand, 20 out of 80 for the favor of Ngannou. He hits hard, but that doesn't necessarily mean only 20 shots are going to do any damage. Teep lands first before it, a couple knees land, and an uppercut follows suit there. Uh-oh. This isn't where you want to be if you're Ngannou. Again, you don't want to be trading shots with Ngannou, and a leg kick there, and it doesn't do much damage. You just can't seem to get the distance sorted on it. Head kick and a couple body shots to follow. There we are, lovely job with another leg kick, and again, this is just Garn using his technique over brute strength, which is what I feel like Ngannou's trying to do here. He finally takes a head kick, leg kick follows suit, jumps on him and looking to put the ground and pound out. Doesn't get it so far. We're looking, and now in side control. Interesting position to be. Heavy ground and pound defeats the block, and the leg kick and another leg kick goes for the damage to the leg. A head kick follows suit. We've seen that head kick land a couple of times now, and definitely knocking him down twice, so it's probably something that Raran needs to pay attention to. Side kick follows, a ducking roundhouse, a straight follows against that block, and uppercut clips him. Only just 2 minutes left on the clock basically, and in ground and pound position now, looking to start this damage. Ooh, a front kick lands, and that's exactly what you want if you're the favor of Ngannou. You need that damage off. You know his head health is at least somewhat done. You just need to now start landing the clean shots. Body kick straight and leg kick follows, and a minute 30 on the clock with Ngannou just trying his hardest to land any powerful shots he can, but with one of his legs kicks out, you feel like that's going to be a bit of a difficult issue, but evidently the power's still there as he gets the stun. Barrett now in a deadly position. This could be an end of a finish, or and does manage to avoid it, get close to the hook, and finally gets out of that top mount position. That's a deadly place to be. Goes to the Kimura, doesn't get it. Top mount now does get up. Lovely job there by both opponents. Just doing the survive and making the right call, just looking to survive. Well, that happened. Wild KO, wild ragdoll, but that's exactly what happens when you fight someone who's got that technique. A jab straight finishing off Ngannou as he went for either a front kick or a kick of some type.
Yeah, very good fight there, K5, as always. God, I made a meal of that. As I often do when I try and strike.
Of Ngannou was a very interesting one, flailing his arms up in surrender. You didn't have to hit the man whilst he was down, Rara.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, innit? To win the fight at the end of the day. So it rolls. And on to the next one now. We do move on to Mr. KM Intro versus Hammer, or should I say MC Hammer time.
Originally, both of these two opponents fought within ISFL in the middleweight division. Hammer coming away with the loss. Intro making it to a 3-round decision, so it's going to be interesting seeing both these picks. Hammer known for his rubber guard as well, so it's interesting him going Aljamain Sterling with that rubber guard. Maybe we'll see appearance from it. Who's particularly sure?
Maybe we will indeed, Docketh, shall we get us into the octagoneth now? Sterling up against Mr. Garbrandt. Garbrandt's going to want to box, and Sterling's going to probably want something to wrestle. So strike a wrestle match,
that's exactly what Hammer does there. We've seen Aljo used by Just trying to look for the striking technique. Now we get to see Hammer use the grappling technique, and this has been an interesting fight. The only issue is when it comes to Aljamain Sterling is the fact that his actual power isn't much. And so if you get on the feet with Cody and just start peppering shots, you're going to do a hell of a lot more damage, and it's going to be a hell of a lot difficult for Hammer to do anything about it.
Yeah, he kind of gives me Dominic Cruz, but less movement vibes. Good pick, but not necessarily the best power-wise, if you follow. Oh, nice
Aljo's an interesting one. He's a very good pick if you're going to play like a nutcase for about two rounds and then in the third gas out. It's one of those really interesting ones. If you've got a good survival ability and can win 2 rounds certain, you're going to have fun. If you can't, you're going to have difficulty. And hip toss there by Hammer, looking to put on this pressure given to him by Intro. He played that ground he played on the feet on the defensive side, now looking to put on the pressure on the ground.
Yeah, indeed he is. It's really nice there. What I want to see is just like the half guard's really nice. Peppering him, really looking to put his ground down. The grappling advantage. He gets into side control now. Quite nice. It's just like getting the control time, doing some damage, peppering him with shots like boom, 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 you know.
Yeah, the rabbit punches are the key to the grappling. It's just making sure you can build that GA constantly, just making sure you always have it there, just to give you some clean transitions. If you don't have if you don't have the GA in your favour, you're going to have difficulty getting up, as you're seeing now. Goes for a leg lock here, fairly low on the half stam, and it's not a bad sub if I remember correctly.
Seems to be tracing it reasonably well, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. But he's still tracing rather well. Perhaps he can get to the second stage. Could look rather good. I think he's fell off in the tracing department.
Probably
yeah.
The only reason you would continue to hang on from this position is
damage
just
to the
so
legs.
you don't. The damage to the legs slightly, but just so you end up not disengaging. But that's not a fun place to be when you're Aljo.
Not at all. And he has now got to his feet, perhaps? No, he's not going to get... Oh, he has got to his feet.
He has got to his feet. That's what you want to do when you're Cody. You don't want to waste time on the ground. Body shots there. Side kick into the spinning body kick. Intro still having fairly difficulty. I'm not particularly sure who's won this round, to be fair. You did see some nice ground and pound there by Aljo, but at least on the feet, it looked like Cody was doing the more damage.
I feel like Aljo just took the round because control time, he did deal a bit of damage on the ground and those body kicks landing very cleanly. I don't think he's missed one yet this fight.
The flying knee there as well.
The bop there to the flying knee.
I definitely would probably put that in the favour of Aljo. That's not to say Cody is out of this match. We've still got 2 rounds to go, and you still have Cody's power to include, as well as the fact that Cody's chin hasn't been broken within the first round, which you normally see in these types of fights.
Yeah, definitely. You normally see. He goes for a takedown, doesn't get it. I guess denied. Perhaps going to see some big strikes landing now. No, not really.
Not really anything major
really
there,
impressive so far.
Yeah, Hammer's defense has been fairly stable as well. Digs to that body afterwards. A side kick there follows suit. A body shot followed by the spinning body kick. A teep there as well. And both of them playing this aggressive game, takedown defense on point for Intro, but he just can't get any major damage off of it. And a switch single.
He's looking for the takedown.
Down.
Oh, and he gets the takedown. Very nice. Really impressive. He does instantly get put into full guard there. Perhaps maybe wait. I thought you might wait and see if Garbrandt does head movement to look to maybe get into the half guard position, Doc.
Yeah, well, full GA there, and that's what you want with your Hammer. You just want this easy ability to transition. And we're back into half guard, but again, you've got 3 minutes to left to work. It ain't too bad. Full guard again. Hammer's having a bit of difficulty actually controlling his opponent. But that's not to say he's not winning the fight as long as he can keep it down there, to be fair.
As long as he keeps him on the mat, it's probably going to be his fight, because Garbrandt isn't the best in terms of grappling, is he, in this game? He's definitely more of a boxer and just goes pew, pew, pew with the boxing strikes.
Yes, but he has got good top game. Cody has got an underrated ground game if you need it. However, with someone like Aljo, and more to the fact someone like Hammer on top of you, if you can't keep this in full guard, you're going to have a very big difficulty. Although he does get up there, lovely job.
Nice get up there. Perhaps wouldn't expect that normally, but really nice way to get out of a transition. Because people often don't expect people to go for that one, do they?
Yeah, well, so far what we've seen on the feet is that Intro put on this pressure, walk into Hammer's territory, and then Hammer look for those takedowns by getting off side kicks, getting off body kicks, and then shooting the takedown as Intro shoots over the top of him with his shots. Does get another gallop here, and Hammer's seemingly having a difficult time, but he isn't exactly losing the fight.
No, not at all. He's really looking quite good at the moment. Just like knees to the body, little pot shots. But Aljo's definitely like he's keeping him socially distanced away, following the COVID protocols as you often should. Well, he's just following him well. He's keeping him away, keeping him at bay with the kicks. But when he does get in close, Garbrandt seems to be looking to land, but he just isn't. He just gets body kicked away. He's got some sort of illness as such, if you're with me, Doctor. Like he doesn't want to catch his punches.
He doesn't want... I mean, can you really blame him? Who would want to catch the punches of Cody Garbrandt when he's still got a chin going? It's just one of those things... Both of them seemingly gassing out a bit more. Hammer gassing out a bit quicker. He's still got over half stamina. A couple body shots go. Doesn't get it. Uppercut there lands clean by Intro, but with that cooler closed to round 2. And again, it seems to be Hammer's fight. He's just having a better success, keeping that range, keeping that distance, and letting Intro play into his game.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's looking really good. I mean, he's mixing in those the body work really well with the takedowns because Garbrandt, I think. Making him think, is he going to go to my body? Or is he going to go for a takedown? I know it's the same denial, but it works something with your head. He doesn't touch gloves and he instantly goes for a takedown.
I mean, it's protect yourself at all times, but hey, both, as Wilson said, Hammer's looking to get payback for an ESFL rematch. This is kind of his rematch from an ESFL fight. He's always lost once to Intro, evidently he doesn't want to lose to him again. And so far he's proved that point and shows that he can beat Intro.
Indeed, Doc. She's in mount now. Ooh, he gets into the half guard again. It's really nice grappling though from Mr. Hammer Time. That's what I'm going to call him now, MC Hammer Time. He's just looked really good. He's controlling the fight when he gets it on the ground, but on the feet, Garbrandt, he's just been socially distanced away, really. He's hardly been able to. He's been able to cope, obviously, but he's hardly been able to like. I can't think of the word. He's hardly been able to like. Get in the flow.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the thing though when you have this grappling involved versus a striker, is if you just keep going for these takedowns, keep keeping them away just enough so they can't, so they're having difficulty putting on this pressure or getting anything started, they can't get into that difficult flow pace. And there we see Aljo again, he's just keeping this distance constantly. The side kicks have been one of the biggest things here we've seen so far this fight.
No, unless it's 12-6, Albert doesn't get it. As such, was it a 6-12? No one knows.
12
Unless you're an actual fighter. Oh, I was right the first time.
No,
it's just looking
6 to 12.
Exchange.
Yeah, because 12 to 6 are illegal. Oh, that was should have got better counter. Starts putting on this pressure, but he just can't get it going.
If I'm Sterling, I'm just going to want to look to get a takedown and just see out the fight now, really. I'm 2 rounds up. I don't need to really press for a victory as such.
Yeah, well, having a victory is always nice. You go talk to the ever mighty Great Mist. He hates decisions. He wants a KO in the first round, his best case scenario.
Indeed. Oh,
nice. Guard, interesting. Doesn't get the full mount, but hey, that's sometimes not what you need. You just, although Cody gets straight back up, wanting Aljo on the front, you just go to the kick, get back to
stay down. Waste time. Very clever there from Aljo. It's almost like he's fighting real life with Petr Yan there. The long time he spent down. That is a joke. Controversy. Don't know. It's like really nice though. The body work. Oh,
and another takedown there. Lands cleanly. 40 seconds left on the clock. And I would definitely give it in favour of Hammer so far, but Intro's back on his feet. You've got 25 seconds left to work. He needs to pull something big out of the bag, otherwise he's probably lost this, but you're never sure due to the judges being, well, the judges.
Oh, could have potentially knocked him out had he hit the right punch there. He connected cleanly enough, but it doesn't. And surely to God, Aljo's won that 3 rounds to nothing. 30-27, I think there.
30-27, as we've discussed so many times, as I've mentioned, the only majorly realistic thing about this game is the judges.
To be fair, right, and the fact you can throw a cartwheel kick from halfway across the cage and it'll still land. Yeah, very good fight though from both. Proper showcase of why Primetime is a very good organisation to fight in. The competition, even for guys like this, and an impressive win there from Hammer.
30-27 unanimous decision. Lovely job there by Hammer, getting the win over Intro. 57-25 total significant strikes, just showing how effective Hammer was at just keeping that distance. Now, on to the next fight. We have one of the Flow State Kings making his return, the ever mighty Ricardo, looking to make his known. I believe he's either leader or co-leader of the camp, and all of them are very good in their ability to put on the pressure, put on the striking clinic you would always expect to see. Mites Tadpole is further on up the card as an FKK member, and so forth.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see this fight. Looks really good so far. I just can't wait, really. It looks really a good fight to enjoy.
All the fights are always good. It's kind of the way it's been.
No,
it's
but
always
like this one,
the
it
prime
like...
time guarantee, as I think the Bane coined it a while ago.
We coined it that, more. What, we gonna copyright it or something? Oh, sorry, terrible joke. God, so much shame my humour. Anyway, on to this fight. They're both gonna just look to like win, really. Sorry, just realised how stupid that sounds.
Yes.
Well, with an RDA, you've probably got a bit more.
RDA is a very interesting point because of RDA's got a 94 chin. I remember. Everybody thinks he has a bit lower. He actually has quite a good one. He's got good leg kicks. He's like the counter to Poirier, or who isn't Poirier, and it's a weird one to see. The only issue is nobody goes RDA, ain't probably due to his reach, and Poirier just has that better overall grappling, I would say, as well as the boxing, and now you see him just starting to get his flow state on.
Yeah, definitely. You're probably gonna have a bit more adversity in terms of striking if you are RDA against a Dustin Poirier, but hardly a major disadvantage. I feel like I'd probably want to, oh, nice elbow there. I'd probably want to personally look to just grapple with him here. Probably be a bit smart at me personally, but it's obviously personal preference. And obviously, RDA is hardly a bad striker. He's obviously many knockout wins in real life, and on this game you see many people getting flying knee KOs, nice KOs with a Rafael dos Santos.
Well, that leg kick there, we see Poirier taking a couple of them, very landing cleanly, and that's what you want to be doing as an RDA, working the base and then starting to come up top afterwards. Although a body kick lands there, lovely job there by Ricardo, now goes through a takedown, evidently getting fed up with this striking exchange.
Poirier's corner have said, stop this striking bollocks and get a takedown off now. And
I
so
don't
he
think
has.
Poirier's corner is northern, but that's sometimes maybe they are now. Well, that's always good to know. 2 minutes left on the clock. Poirier again putting his pressure, does get front kicked in the face, a leg kick to follow suit, a hook over the top, straight there, and lovely head movement there, does get clipped on the way back. Another bit of head movement we see, and both of them are just looking to not really back off. They both want to be doing, although RDA can't exactly back off, Rara.
No, he can't really back off because he's got nowhere to back off to unless he fancies jumping the cage and taking this fight to the street. I don't know. Unless you I don't know. Does he fancy that? Oh, as he gets knocked down, I don't think he fancies jumping the cage now because he's too confused to do so as Poirier's piling on the pressure now. But he's got to be careful because RDA.
Too confused to do so. Maybe I'll nick that comment. That's quite a fun one. Uppercut there. 40 seconds left on the clock. Ricardo managing to secure the round with a knockdown so far. Although it doesn't mean that Holyfield can't come back at any point. We know how this goes. Someone will just start winning and then the other person will just suddenly die for all of a second. The leg kicks
definitely. Oh, as you say that, could have died there. He did look very confused end of that round. But yeah, I'd probably give it to Poirier.
Yeah, I feel like Poirier did that. RDA did major lunge into the lead hook at the end, causing the knockdown. So it's not necessarily to say that it was Ricardo, more just a mistake on the part of RDA. But sometimes the way you lose the fight, you just make the mistake, your opponent capitalises on, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, definitely so. Indeed. True enough. Just really nice. He's just got him in a corner and he can't really get out. He's more trapped against the cage. Very little room when you're back there, Doctor.
And now we're into round 2. Jab straight followed, and straight follows there. Another straight follows, both of them using the straight effectively. That rear hook cutting straight through though. Uppercut goes to attempt the block, overcommitted. The overhand narrowly doesn't drop him. Pull back there, and Poirier is just looking for one clean shot to put the RDA out.
Indeed he is. That wasn't a result of getting hit with a hook that he'd lent in. That was a result of getting hit in the face. Well, the others were, you know what I mean. It's just like, oh no, Poirier's stunned here. You've got to be careful not to overthrow. As many people do overthrow in this game and find themselves losing fights by merely overthrowing that they were comfortably winning.
The leg kicks following suit, the upper just narrowly avoids there, and Poirier just putting all this pressure, nearly gets pulled back though. The body shot attempted, does pull back, and a leg kick there. Those leg kicks are RDA's best tools, but he seems to be only coming back to them every now and again.
Yeah, for sure, can agree there. Just I'm really liking it, it's just flowing. Oh, is he stunned again? Whoa. Surely. Oh, could this be it here? Potential finish on the cards. Surely. No way has he survived. He survives. Wow. Impressive heart there from RDA.
Just stay in the face. He gets the denial half guard. Looks the other half guard.
Ooh, nice passing guard there, Doc.
Breaks the Kimura. You're in this half guard position. You've got low head health. You're going to be a bit scared of Poirier even posturing up once. It could risk everything. Does get the ground pound done.
I'd look to get back. Oh, I'd have looked to have perhaps got back up there because obviously I'm doing a lot better on the feet than I am. I'm not saying that he's doing bad on the ground. I'm saying he's doing a lot better. He is on the feet. He's doing a lot better on the feet at the moment, Doc.
Sometimes you just need that slow down the pace. Sometimes you know you've secured the round and you just want to slow down the pace to open up opportunities later, because you're not the one in danger. However, you are gassing out quicker than your opponent. So slowing down this pace is just a bit more effective, and sometimes that's the way it works.
Every single time he gets hit on the head, though, RDA, his head begins to blink nearly now. Really not looking good, in the words of Looney. His head is blinking every time he gets punched, as he often analyses for us. Just like nice, really. Oh, nice again. Really looking for that. Whoa!
1-2 head kick swallows the lead hook there. A jab strike, slipping straight through that block. RDA in big trouble now. Going for the stack guard by Poirier, and now just looking to rain down some bombs.
Oh, he's raining down and bombs indeed, and that is it. Impressive from Poirier there.
FSK Ricardo entering the flow state and finishing the fight.
Good play on words there, Doc.
Has to fit in somewhere.
Gotta fit it in, indeed you do. Just a really good performance, showing why FSK is an elite camp. Just really, it flowed well together, the grappling and the striking, didn't it, Doc?
Indeed, indeed. Ricardo putting all the shots together. You did see a bit of success by Holyfield there. He did land a couple of leg kicks, but again, leg kicks aren't going to be enough if you're getting punched in the face.
Indeed.
And now making his return to primetime, we have the Sachimo show returning against Taz, making his debut. So it's going to be an interesting fight between the two of them.
It's actually 1-on-1, Doc. If you allow me to correct you there. Mr. Taz is 1-on-1 in the company, I'm pretty sure, or promotion, should I say, or
I wouldn't
time.
Be surprised. I see a lot of fighters I could have gotten confused with another record now in my life. But hey, sometimes that's
indeed
the
he is.
way
He's fought Boss Ross and Yeetikus.
Boss Ross and Yeetikus. Boss Ross, knowing a very good striker, uses the calf quite a bit. Yeetikus, on the other hand, very good grappler. Sachimo is both a striker and grappler, so it's going to be an interesting fight indeed. Taz as Tony Ferguson, as Masvidal. Sachimo as his classic Ferguson pick, who does kind of play like a Ferguson on steroids, to be fair.
I can envision Sachimo right now doing the Bruce Bufferwitz time in his corner. Just envision it.
Overhand misses straight there. Head kick follows suit. A body teep there. Leg kick and a body kick. And both of them are playing a kickboxing game, even if Ferguson doesn't have the best kicks to fire.
Definitely so. Muchly very there. Just like it. He's just flowing it quite well. He's backing up Ferguson. He's backing Jorge towards the cage where you don't want to be. A lot of people keep backing towards this cage tonight and not able to get out of it. muchly very, are they, Doc?
Well, the issue when you have someone who's going to pressure fight is you don't want to back up horizontally. I feel like you don't want to back up straight. You want to be circling, looking to maneuver back into that octagon. That's what makes the top players. If you can circle out of it, you're going to have a lot more success instead of just ending up with back against the cage where you can't do any pullback, because then you're just going to get uppercuts and hooks straight out of it.
Definitely so there. As he looks for the body hit, he gets for a takedown. No, he doesn't get it though. Or does he? He doesn't. As Masvidal landing some big strikes there on Tony Ferguson. Satchmo Show being faltered there slightly with that exchange.
Well, Satchmo seems to be getting the worst of the exchanges. His cardio's going slightly down. He's playing a very aggressive, quick game body shot there. Doesn't get it. A head kick fires back in retaliation.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. He's got to be careful though, because that is why he's got to be careful with his aggressive game plan. One too many shots to the body and you get stunned there. Oh, indeed, Doc. Looks a pull counter that. Brave.
Pull counter is brave. The head kick nearly just clips him wildly. 1 minute 30 left on the clock, and so far it seems like Masvidal's just having the best of the exchanges. Satchmo just trying to escape, although lands a body kick there, and that's what you want.
It's what you want to see, indeed. Some big damage to the body, which was needed by Satchmo. Obviously, the stamina disadvantage is he looks for it, he catches it, and he looks for a really nice combo if he gets that. Okay, really nice at the moment there.
Body cock, head kick there, and a minute and 40 seconds left in this round. Both of them are back and forth. I would definitely give it in the favour of Masvidal, however, just because Ferguson's gassing out, and he's gassing out quick.
Yeah, he's gassing out quick indeed. Not looking good at the moment going into the second round here. Could perhaps see a finish in the first, maybe. Between the two. The head health-wise, they're pretty even, but body health, ooh, it's got to be a lot better in terms of... That Robin takes curse perhaps here. Turns the tables at the end of that one.
That was a big knockdown, securing Masvidal the loss of that round, but you're never particularly sure how it plays out coming into that second round, because the second round you had that time to recover, you had the game reset, the attributes, your head health, your stamina, and so you're not sure how they recover. Both of them have got fairly similar recovery stats, so it's going to be interesting.
For sure it is, Doc. Really nice peppering of him. Just boom, 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 you know. Just very nice at the moment. I'm loving that. He's trying to hit him with a jab, because he's got a jab that hits like a truck on his day. When it lands, he's another one of those. If you ask me personally, his jab hits like a truck. Maybe not a truck, but like a 4x4.
A 4x4.
Sure.
I feel like a 4x4 in a truck, there's not much difference. You're still going to end up splattered.
Oh, to be fair.
Either way, though, Ferguson coming out with an Imanari roll. Don't see these very often, although they're very hard to get. Does ditch on it instantly, probably just there for the shock factor. And now we're back onto the feet. Masvidal probably playing a bit more aggressive game, just knowing that if Ferguson really wants to, he'll just keep locking up his leg.
Oh, definitely. He was probably just looking to get it off there, pop it, you know. Pop off just to show that, like, I've got that. I can do that on you if you want me to. Bitch or something. I don't know. He looks for that. Oh, gets a takedown. Perhaps into stack guard. Oh, denies the get up. Probably going to look for a side control. Yeah, and gets the side control there, Doctor.
Does get the side control going straight into his half guard. We've seen this quite a bit. Now the opportunity, Masvidal either go for the sweep or the full guard, and we have a couple of nice ground and pound shots there by the Ferguson.
Yeah, for sure. He's just peppering him. He's just, you know, he's nicely peppering him. He gets the side saddle now, looking to maybe rain down some strikes. Doesn't, and gets put into the backside position. So you're looking for the backside. Can't go for the RNC if I'm not mistaken. Gets back into backside again. Perhaps going to look to rain down some strikes, and does. But he's got to be careful. Got to monitor his stamina big time, and doesn't really. And allows Masvidal to get the get up there, Doctor.
Couple and knee to the face there. Masvidal now putting on his pressure. The block of Ferguson overcommitted. The head kick follows, and a minute 40 left on this clock. Ferguson's got to be wary, because you know for a fact Masvidal can hit, but so can Ferguson apparently. Landing the spinning kick, getting the knockdown on Masvidal.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. They're really nice at the moment from Tony El Kukui Ferguson, if you will. It's just nice at the moment. Seems to have come out this second round, knows what he needs to do. Got to be careful not to overthrow them, and got to watch the stamina difference in the two, because going into perhaps the third round, if we do get there, you're going to want to think that Jorge has got the advantage, as he's getting damaged quite a bit here.
He really is. The spinning, I was going to say spinning hook kick, but a spinning back fist lands cleanly. 20 seconds left in the round. A flying knee attempt, an elbow damaging massively. The body kick there works. Uppercut gets him knocked down, and now he's in deep trouble.
Like a traffic light here, and it is all over.
And Satch playing like the IRL Tony Ferguson gets the dub.
Roll on the Satchmo show with that one. Really impressive at the moment. They're just, wow, really. Came back from a bit of adversity in the first round, if you will, and just made the fight his own, which was nice and good for him.
He really did. Closing the show out for the prelims, those two did, and you can see why. We move on to the main card. Looking up, we got cards to begin us off. We got Great Miss versus Big Nige and his Nigel Army. Tadpole versus Pudgy, Dima versus TMS Psycho, Bang Bang, who I need to give no introduction to, Voltage versus Moffat Man in the co-main on the Xbox side.
He's coming for you, the Moffat Man. Joking.
And then the ever famous the commentator on our pay-per-view shows is Mr. Humbledick. But without further ado, let's get straight into it all with Kart making his second fight return since his mate came back, and this is going to be an interesting fight.
And Nathan Drake, I don't really know a lot about this man, but he must be good if he's on the main card, Doctor.
He must be indeed. Eve Levine, if I remember correctly, again, we see the Poirier versus McGregor, a jab straight to start us off. We've seen a lot of straights tonight, I feel like. A lot of jabs as well, especially remember the adjust fight.
If I see one more Dustin Poirier, I am going to flip. So many Dustin Poiriers tonight, and in general at the moment, seems to be the it pick at the moment. He's a bit like Rob Font at bantamweight.
Rob Font at bantamweight? I wouldn't say he's the Rob Font at bantamweight. I would more say he's the Yan at bantamweight. But we continue.
You see a lot of Rob Fonts.
It depends who you fight, to be fair. Rob Font's both got the attributes, whilst Yan's also got the attributes. Mainly the difference is the perk of Force and Nature. Getting back onto the fight, though, you see Kart's playing his back foot, looking for the slip counters. Nathan Drake, on the other hand, putting on this pressure, just looking for any big shots he can get.
Yeah, for sure. There, it's really nice at the moment, just hitting him with clean shots. For pullback counter looks for it. Ooh. Both are just throwing at the moment, looking for a bit of a scrap, really, which is what a fight is, a scrap. In another terminology.
It's a scrap which is made legal by the law or an organisation, I suppose, is the correct way to term it if you want to get completely specific. But either way, Karts is playing on this aggressive nature. He's maybe playing on the back foot, but he's playing this aggression and he's letting it be the key part.
Oh,
just pull back about 3 times and they finally get the counter off.
Definitely. Oh, looks for the standing cartwheel, not cartwheel, get standing handstand kick, is it?
Hand
plants.
Something. We know the kick, we've seen it, we don't know the name, but hey, he got kicked in the face either way. McGregor there lands a lunging straight, a lunging hook as well, digs onto that body afterwards. And I would definitely say it's McGregor's round. I spoke to commentary curse coming out in full fruition there.
He's turning into humble tonight, Doc, after that. After a few weeks back when he was cursing every single fighter on there. Show. Sometimes
that's the way it goes. Sometimes you notice that they're going to succeed. Next thing you know, they've ended up getting knocked down or something. And it seems like you don't think the commentary curse is real, but apparently it is.
Indeed. The commentator's curse is real, and it's very much in full effect tonight. Well, a lot of these fights, to be honest, as we are seeing quite a few exchanges between the two. But, I've got to say that I feel like Poirier is coming off slightly better than McGregor is, Doc. I don't know what you're thinking, though.
I thought Carts was getting slightly better off, but then Poirier got that knockdown, and it seems to have turned that tide of the battle. We've seen a couple of like pull back and forth, just trying to get the counter with the elbows. None of them really succeeding particularly well. 15 seconds left on the clock. If Carts can get a knockdown, maybe he wins the fight, but you got 5 seconds left. I doubt he's going to be able to do anything major with this.
Ooh, nice little pull counter. Failed though at the end of that round there. As moving into round number 2 now, you've got to be careful with your Carts. Can't get caught like that back up against the cage again, Doc.
Nor can Poirier, though. You've got to remember you're fighting with the power of McGregor. If you're not careful, you're going to have some issues here, though. But Carts just landing very cleanly there. Lovely job there by him.
He flew very well. He flew. What would be the word there? Flew very well there. The flow of him was very nice.
The flow, the existence, but either way, Poirier just managing to avoid every shot in the book there done by McGregor, and now McGregor's playing his pressure game, but Poirier can't seem to land anything cleanly enough to make put Carts back off. Although he does get a front kick off there. Nice.
Thank you very much, Lee, there with that one. It's just a very nice set of strikes at the moment between two. I've got to feel like the Poirier is looking to back him up against the cage, and Connor's not allowing him to do so. Currently, he's just using the little teeps, etc., that he does have in his arsenal. Well, both men do in the octagon currently, but you've got to feel like that whoever uses the teeps better could see themselves winning the fight.
I mean, you do have the teeps here, but I feel like this is the boxing match. You've seen how both of them are doing. They're both ending up with like pullback battles, and so the kind of the way teeps go would be kind of pointless, Rara.
To be fair, but I was just thinking more teeps to get a bit of range, have a breather, you know? Just feel like a bit of a, if you will. Oh, nice pullback counter there. Looking to finish the fight here and doesn't. Nice dodging from Poirier to avoid many, or any strikes there.
Both of them are engaging quite a bit here. Carts is definitely playing the more aggressive game in the second round. It seems like he's made that adjustment from dealing with the first round, and so far both of them are still also fairly even on the stamina. 1:50 left on the clock. It's going to be an interesting one to commentate.
It will indeed be an interesting one to commentate. Really nice. Just, block broken there. Just very nice. It's flowing well. It's just, I don't know what that is or what I'm on about, but okay.
Both of them aren't looking to put on this damage. Both of them are looking, not damage. Both of them aren't looking for big, long combos. Both of them realise their cardio isn't built for that now, coming into the twilight of the second round. Instead, the aim of the game is just to look for that big counter, and that's what you want as McGregor does get the up kick though, and it's going to be fun and games for Carts, Rara.
Yeah, it will be. Carts seems to be getting pieced apart a little bit at the moment. Carts is getting pieced apart slightly at the moment. Moreover, though, that is English. Apparently, I am now not Englishing. Oh my god, knockdown. Okay, I forgot English, Doc.
Okay, Nathan Drake is barely surviving pullbacks by your opponents, and a pullback and mess with pull elbows gives Carts the victory.
Impressive there. I don't want to see the lost segment of Top Gear. I don't want to watch Prime Time. Thank you very much. That's what it said on the screen.
Now, on that bombshell, as to mention the thing you decide to reference, on that bombshell we go straight into Great Miss versus Big Nige fight. Great Miss has a similar play style to Bang Bang. He doesn't, although Mist has always stated that if the fight goes to the decision, he's doing something wrong. Big Nige, part of the Big Nige army, supported by our current champ of Fadnayer, as of FSK Fadnator, in fact, so it's going to be an interesting time there. We're in the middleweight division. Both of them have got a lot of good picks to use. You've got Silva, you've got Cannonier, you've got Gastelum, Whitaker, Bisping.
Marvin the Martian Vittori.
Marvin the Martian Vittori, apparently that's what his name is now, but hey, but sees it with though.
You don't want to hear my name for Robert Whitaker. I've got to get us taken down.
Is it Robert the Reaper Whitaker? I assume
no, not at all the Reaper. Oh dear, no.
Okay then. And now we have Big Nige versus Anderson Silva. We have Cannonier with Great Mist, and so this is going to be an interesting fight.
Indeed, it's going to be here. Really, I'm liking it. If you have Masvidal, not Masvidal, sorry, a lot of Masvidal and Poirier say in the head a lot. If you Silva, you're probably going to just want to put to boxing. But I would like to see a taunt. Like, if I want the full Anderson Silva experience here, got to be careful with the leg kicks.
There takes the uppercut, both of them training the body shot. You have got to remember, though, that the thing about Mist is he knows how to work this body. He knows how to throw leg kicks, he knows how to throw head kicks, and he knows how to work the body. Those are his three main keys when it comes to Mist, the general fighter.
Yeah, he definitely does know what he wants to do, and he stuns him here early, but not throwing too much in terms of trying to finish the fight. A smart manoeuvre there from the Great Mist.
You do have to kind of stay patient, and you see, though, that Big Nige is putting on this pressure game that's interesting to see against someone like...
Oh, no, hang on, it's Nige, is the Andy.
Yes.
Sorry.
You've been commentating like Mist.
Yeah, I've been commentating Mist the wrong way around. Sorry about that, lads.
Jab straights coming out by Great Mist. A front kick there. Both of them been training it all night so far. Straight misses. Another straight lands. And a leg kick in the favour of Great Mist.
For sure, indeed. Currently, though, got to say that Andy is looking slightly the better of Vanderlei, depending on who you are and who you think you are. His leg isn't looking too good, though, at the moment, Doc.
The leg isn't looking too good as well, and that's a big issue. Like, your power's going to decrease. The straight lands there, uppercut, hook, elbow follows suit, an elbow there, a leg kick follows, and head kick there, which is massive.
Central, nice dodges there from Nige, as he does look to finish, and he's really piling on the pressure here, like you said earlier. If you don't knock him out in round one, it don't count. Or he's doing something wrong, should I say. Really under the cosh here now, though, Safkan, or should I say Nige. Not looking very good at the moment. He's looking a bit on the ropes currently, but can't write him off yet. He is the prime version of Anderson Silva. He's stunned again, though. Really not looking good. Could you imagine if this happened in real life? Like, prime Anderson Silva getting beaten up by Jared Cannonier.
It would be an interesting fight. The pull elbow landing cleanly. Now misses the cusp of getting killed. So far, good defense, but Nige takes it.
Strikes again. I've cursed the man. Now he's winning the fight, and then he's just gone out and done that. Wow, impressive.
Well, we did see Big Nige starting to take it in the first round. Great Mist started to have a bit of success, overextending a bit too much, and that pullback elbow landing cleanly by Big Nige.
Yeah, definitely. It landed clean. Indeed, it cleanly landed, Dean. I don't know what I'm on about, but okay, Brian.
Sometimes I think you just need to shut up, I feel like.
Whoa.
Maybe just reset. But, would you like to introduce the next fight, Rara?
Oh, go on then, I shall. And with that, we move on to the next fight, which is going to be Pudgy versus Tadpole. A very interesting matchup there, Doctor.
Yeah, Pudgy versus Tadpole's interesting. We've seen Pudgy's picks. He picks always the aggressive ones. He's a bit of a nutcase. He falls in the same region as Great Mist, as well as the mighty Bang Bang. Tadpole, on the other hand, part of the FSK boys, he's got the Flow State Kings behind him, always manages to enter the Flow State at least once during his fight, so it's going to be an interesting one indeed.
It will indeed be an interesting matchup here. I'm looking forward to it, Doc. It's just an interesting fight. Tadpole versus Mr. Pudgy. Pudgy and Tadpole, both people who've been around the scene a while, if you will. Call it the scene. I don't understand why people call it that, but it amuses me.
Well, we have been around the scene for quite a while. Both of them are well experienced within competitive fighting, within league fighting in general, and so they're both veterans of the game, both know them how to play under pressure, both know how to react to certain stuff, which typically you don't see the novices of the scene know how to deal with.
I'd like to bring the attention that Tadpole is 10-0 on Mr. Pudgy, which shows they have sparred before, perhaps, or perhaps it's just they've had many league fights, I do not know. But they know how each other fights, so you're hardly going to think there's going to be much of a feeling out process.
Pudgy's always going for the clinch and count. Guess tries to go takedown, doesn't get it. You know, Tadpole playing a very slow
game. For a clinch. Anyway, really nice so far. Just nice. It just feels flowy. Is that making sense? Flowy, it feels. It just feels really flowy. They both feel like they know each other. There's not really been much of a in-out process. They just get right into it. No messing about, no fanny dawdling. Just fighting.
Got the gloves there and...
They're lovely in the bows though. I hate to see a bow knockout here. They keep bowing to each other.
Gotta be wary sometimes. Again, though, McGregor using that jab, getting his distance just right. Volkanovski has got to play on the inside though, just because that short reach, but he can also kind of play along with those leg kicks.
Yeah, he can indeed, definitely. It's really nice at the moment, McGregor, to get caught a lot with the strikes. It's really nice how he's getting caught with them, apparently. Yeah, Volkanovski's tapping him with the strikes a bit better, if you ask me personally. But then, as I say that, he gets responding well. Oh, hang on. Yeah, also, like, it's just the teeps, just the way that Volkanovski's kicking is just well. It's doing good and it's nice at the moment. But McGregor's got to be wary of that, though.
Both of them are playing a very steady game. You've got McGregor just kind of poking with that jab, building up behind it. A lot better than what Just was doing on the call back to his fight. You saw him using that jab but not building a lot behind it. Whilst in McGregor, he's at least always making sure to at least try and land that lead hook, rear hook behind it. On the other hand, Pudgy's using the jab as well, but not to a bigger extent. He's probably more looking to work those legs if he can. Keep getting checked.
Yeah, he's looking to work the legs. Nice leg check there from Mr. Conor McGregor. Very nice. Oh, nice hits it. Oh, nearly again. They're looking for the counters. A lot of McGregors and a lot of Poiriers. All been looking for counters tonight, Doctor. Obviously, looking for counters is a smart thing. I'm not saying otherwise, but a lot of pull counters.
Yeah, well, pull counters are like one of the most damaging strikes here. If you can get one pull counter, you may have just ended the fight. You see the elbows, see the uppercuts, and those are the most deadly. Here is expecting Pudgy to put on the aggression, slips to the side, goes to the uppercut, doesn't get it, and now Pudgy's starting to try to get a read on it, but so far it's just the McGregor's footwork as well is having a lot of success. Every time Pudgy's looking to engage, he's out of there before he can get hit.
For sure, he is out of there before he can get hit, which is nice. It's what you want to see, really. Very impressive from both men at the moment. Just in and out, in and out. Ooh, stuns at the end of the round, potentially giving the round to Volkanovski there, Doctor.
Yeah, in and out, that's what you want to see, the uppercut there. And now going into the second round, Tadpole probably taking the victory, I would say, but not particularly sure with how the judges score a fight. Definitely looking like it's definitely in Tadpole's favour. However, that can all change within less than 30 seconds.
Indeed it can. It's a very enjoyable fight when it does change, to be fair. True. Oh. Just going off on a tangent, I have been informed that Jared Cannonier and Anderson Silva did actually have a fight in real life. No, and Jared Cannonier won by knockout in round 1, coincidentally.
Always good to know. Although I don't feel like that is prime Anderson Silva, to say the least.
No, that's not prime Anderson Silva, no, but it's still an Anderson Silva.
Poor Anderson Silva, I feel like it. Anyhow, getting back onto the fight, Pudgy's looking to walk onto the shots of McGregor, that jab being established, kind of just poking, then throwing afterwards, and that's what you want to be doing. You don't want to just be sticking the jab out there 3 times and then building afterwards. If you poke, and then fire something which you actually want to land afterwards, that's going to have some success. It's just getting that feel with the jab, getting used to it, and that's how you want to play with it.
Oh yeah, I definitely can agree there. Just both poking and prodding at each other, and it works. How they're doing so, they're just like checking each other out, kind of. Bit weird, I know that. I know it's that, but
well, you are not mistaken. Like you're looking for a response. That's the same way fakes work. You can either fake or you can use that jab. But in both cases, you're both looking to see how they respond. Both of them are looking for a response to then look for a counter. That's what you kind of get when you play at such a high level of play. Is just that type of style.
Indeed, it's a bit like a science experiment, almost experimenting as to what is going to happen when you throw a certain thing at your opponent, Doc.
Yeah, I feel like we played this kind of weirdly. You had the first round they were playing where they felt each other out. Then they realised they couldn't exactly get away with that, and so within round 2, it's more of this weird feeling out process whilst they're still badly hurt because they're looking to expect each other's response and now test out what they can counter, what they can't. And with a minute 30 left on the clock, Pudgy's playing on his back foot. McGregor seemingly having the more successful landing cleanly, but that's not to count Pudgy out.
No, it is not to count Pudgy out at the moment, Doc. It's really nice how he's just tapping. Well, he seems to be tapping him slightly better, which is giving him the more dominance in the fight.
McGregor's also looking for that pull counter a lot. Sadly, not getting it. It's just purely for the case of Volkanovski's out of the pocket before McGregor can get anything off cleanly.
Yeah, fair enough. Smart. Ooh, nice one there. Just looking to tap on the head. Tap on the head. The block is broken from both men, to be honest. I feel like only a few strikes break the block. Oh, and he's stunned here. That is what happens when you mess up. That is what will happen to you, potentially giving the round again in the favour of Volkanovski with another late knockdown.
Indeed. Pudgy playing 2 good rounds so far. You got Tap on the other hand, gotta find something to do.
You have. You've got to find a way to unlock the vault here of Pudgy. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing the fight. And that's not good. Oh, nice pull counter attempt, but doesn't hit the pull counter. He taps in with it again. Just really nice. The tapping of both people today has been good in this fight.
It really has indeed. The hook lands there, and Pudgy again having a bit more success. The uppercut though, and that's what Tadpole wants. Getting another uppercut, drop there, jumping down, looking to get the finish right now on Pudgy.
Wow, impressive. Pudgy has flipped the script, or is it the other way around? I don't know, to be honest.
Only just surviving, attempting to get up twice. Tadpole going for a takedown of some type, doesn't get it, and now we're into the backside, back sitting of Pudgy. Pudgy now into backside, and this could be very risky for both opponents.
Expect an RNC here, guys. I'm joking. Please don't hurt me, Pudgy. I am joking. Seriously though, really impressive fight so far, if you ask me. Just like the way that they've both like upped the ante from the last one, Doc.
Yeah, like this is a completely different place. You saw the first one, they were kind of wild, still not feeling each other out, both expecting the same response as they were. The second round was a feeling out process, Pudgy just getting the better of it, and now you've had both of them trading a back and forth fight, 2 minutes 30 left on the clock, and this is all to play for now.
Yeah, for sure it is. I'm really liking how they're really taking too long to establish the range now, and surely that is it. There's no way he gets out of it. Wow. People in the chat are calling that fight of the night. I don't know what you think, Doc, but probably up there, to be honest.
It was probably one of the close fight of the nights. We've still got Bang Bang's fight to do, so I'm saying nothing until I see that fight. That's going to be my fight of the night, most likely, just purely for the fact it's Bang Bang and he knows how to fight. With that being said, though, that's nothing to discredit both of them. Tadpole putting an impressive performance there. Pudgy getting the victory, just managing to catch Tadpole at just the right times in just the right ways.
Yes, he's caught him very well there. And now, move on to which fight, Doctor, because my eyes are having a meltdown currently.
Dima versus TMS Psycho. We've seen Dima a few times. This is his second fight since he's returned. TMS Psycho made a couple of appearances on a couple of the pay-per-views recently, if I remember correctly. Both of them are in the bantamweight division, so it's bound to be an interesting fight. I think we get to see a Yan versus Aldo. So, that being said, let's get straight into the fight.
With an Aldo, you're going to want to look to use leg kicks, aren't you? Because that's Jose Aldo. The kicking game of Aldo is second to none, really. I don't think there's a fighter who can combat it in the game, if you ask me personally. Other than maybe Holloway.
Holloway's got some pretty bad leg kicks, I'll be honest.
No, Aldo... I meant like kicking game is in like head kicks and crap, not just leg kicks.
Pettis is a better kicker than Holloway, in my opinion. Anyhow, moving away from that point, who's the better? Both of them are very effective. Both of them have the kicking game. Both of them have the boxing game. Yan probably has the grappling game to a better extent. Aldo has the takedown defense. And with that being said, both of them are playing this very aggressive game. 3 minutes 50 into the clock, and a takedown shot in the favour of Dima.
Yeah, very nice currently. Ooh, taps him on the head there. What you want to see from the opponent. I'm loving to see it. Half guard perhaps. Ooh, nearly gets it. Ooh. I'd like to see that Yan is shutting off the striking of Aldo by taking him down. Aldo, not that bad at... No, I know who Anthony Pettis is, just going off on a tangent. I just don't know kickers. Anyway, let me carry on. So it's just like... Yan is shutting him off very well at the moment. Just shutting him down with the movement on the ground.
Lovely deny there, goes to the full guard now, probably looking for the half guard sweep instead. Yan gets a full guard up, goes for a bit of ground and pound, doesn't get it, but that's not to say this is the way. This is not beneficial for Yan. As long as he's on top of him, you're succeeding to at least some extent. You just need to get out of full guards a lot of the issues. Now into side control, lovely job there. Has got to be where it's sprawled so he can get an easy get up. But apart from that, he's doing a very effective job here. Sprawl though.
Yeah, he's being very effective currently, and I'm really liking that. Ooh, looks to maybe shut him down. Doesn't quite get it. Ooh, nice ground and pound again though. Yan had a bit of adversity in the striking, just took him down. He's shut him down ever since, if you ask me.
He is having some success. He's got a minute 30 left on the clock. Dima now got to start thinking about maybe doing a bit more damage just to score around. You can get top mount, you can get side control, just one of them just do a bit of damage. Even half guard, ground and pound, landing it a few times cleanly enough is going to secure you that victory. You just need to build up those significant strikes in the last minute to make sure you've won the round.
Yeah, definitely. Could be a very interesting strategy. You've just got to keep what you're doing. Stick with what got you to the dance, which seems to potentially been the grappling in this one. Obviously, that doesn't always work in this game, sticking with what got you to the dance, as people may say. But, like, yeah. Really, I'm kind of forgetting English doc. My brain's going. Carry on for me, please, while I get my brain back.
Ultra gets his brain back. We see Aldo on top now, starting to rain a bit of ground and pound down. We did see him hold half guard for a bit, but it didn't look as promising as we saw Yan. So if this does end up on the mat again, I feel like Yan's going to look for his way up top and succeed. So 5 significant strikes to 12-12 in the favour of Dima, probably securing the round, but you're never particularly sure what way the judges go. That being said, we enter the second round. I touch the gloves and off to the races we go.
Indeed we do. We're not at the races though, we're in an octagon. There's a difference. I'm taking
off to the punch. Anyway. Off to the punching contest then. Take your pick on the words. Either way, both of them are looking to strike. You see Aldo looking to get his head off that centre line, land some strike. That jab coming in, both of them trying to lead uppercut, and now a head kick follows suit.
Yeah, for sure. He's probably... Gotta say that Yan's probably looking slightly better in terms of kicking, not kicking, but boxing. And then Aldo, when he gets his kicks going, looks cleaner in that department, Doctor.
He really does. Aldo and goes another head kick, and both of them trading shots. Both of them trying to also figure out this gauge. It's just a case of they spent the last round grappling, and now they're looking to strike. And so so what you usually spend in the first round figuring out this distance, figuring out your striking range, instead you spell grappling on the other hand. Lovely trip there though by Aldo, now on top in full guard.
Yeah, definitely. Very nice trip, very sneaky trip there. Almost like a backhanded him as such. I've never seen that trip before. Is it a new animation, or is it just one that you don't really often see people throw? You don't really
often see, just because the way you have to move, so you have to kind of move your stick back, and then it's an interesting animation. There's a bunch of animations in this game which are so context-based that you maybe see them once or twice in a blue moon.
Oh, indeed. A bit like you only see a blue moon once every few hundred years, Doc, there.
Lovely denied there by Dima, now going into the top mount position. This is going to be deadly for Aldo. He's got a 94 chin, but that doesn't mean he can cope with the deadly ground and pound of someone like Peter Yan.
Very true there. It's just like the ground and pound. It's nice if it would be nicer if you could get a flow going. You can't really seem to land many shots on the ground there, Doctor.
Yeah, it would be nice to see a bit more flow, but hey, when you are able just to traverse this easily, I feel like you're going to have even if the shots you don't land that many, you're still peppering them with a couple of shots to make sure you secure the round. And even if you're not doing major damage, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. I'm liking that. Oh, nice one there. He looks to perhaps go for the side tap, and he does get that there. Ooh, blocks it. Doesn't really land too many big shots there. I'd probably look to land a few more shots as he gets into posture up now. Posture's up. Landing some shots here does make the screen go red, but doesn't seem to have got a stun, Doc.
Doesn't indeed. Gastro reversal though, and this is big time for someone like Aldo.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. That's what you need. You need to be getting the control time here. Really nice at the moment. That Aldo,
again, no, Aldo's only... Sorry to cut you off there, Rara. But Aldo so far has only got this control time at the very end. The last 20 seconds, and that isn't what you need to be doing. Come that point in time, you've lost a round. So I'd expect coming into this next round, Aldo's going to want to put on the pressure. Although it seems that he may have won it. That's 11 to 15 significant strikes. So headed close to control time in the favour of Yan. But you're never sure how the judges. So at this point in time, it could be 1-1 apiece.
Yeah, it could definitely be 1-1 at the moment, Doc. Can agree there, good sir. Just like both tapping at each other really well at the moment. Just like, I'll keep saying it, a lot of these higher end fighters are tapping very well. They can tap their controllers better than the lower end fighters to work out how to win fights, really.
Well, winning fights is the case in this. You got Yan now finally got the stun there. Peppers him with a jab, just looking to get a read on it. And switch kick there as Aldo recovers, doesn't do much. And an uppercut trade there with the lead hook. A hook there, and both of them are going in a back and forth fight. Aldo not scared to push the pace even when hurt.
No, he's not scared to push the pace at all, Doctor. There. Really nice at the moment. Ooh, a stun from Mr. Aldo. Getting stunned, should I say, not Mr. Perrotty Yan, though. Yan's looking good at the moment, though, there.
Yeah, both of them are playing a very fun game here. Aldo nearly getting clipped by the uppercut, going there and gets clipped again. Crimson Slash on the clock. Psycho's got to think about probably making an adjustment. You've got to either look for a get up, look for something just to put yourself back into this fight. Gets instantly stunned though.
Ooh, stuns him, and the stamina didn't look too good there for Mr. Jose Aldo, did it, Doctor? No, it's just looked very nice at the moment. Like, ooh, he's really popping some shots off. Like, proper, like, trying to break his nose with his elbows there. Don't want to get disqualified, though, John Jones style, at UFC. I can't remember the number. I probably wasn't even alive, to be honest. But still, John Jones did get disqualified. It's only lost on his record for throwing dodgy elbows, I think. I don't really know the full story. Don't want to be doing that in this game, do you, Doc?
Well, would help this game, and Landry said Albo's probably going to look to go to half guard, a minute 40 left on the clock, and so far Yan is playing this slow and steady game. We've seen him in this position so many times that I think Aldo has kind of no response to it.
No, a minute and a half left on the clock now. It surely looks like he's going to be...
He has no head held. How is he not dead?
Someone call an ambulance. I think he should be dead.
Someone call an ambulance. Maybe he should be dead. You're not particularly sure, and now we enter in this
nice denial.
Final position.
We're in the home stretch now, surely looking like it's going to be a decision victory for Perrotty Yan in that corner. Or is it Peter Yan? Is it Piotr? Petr or Peter? Oh! Looking to prove me wrong there.
I don't really matter
Very
when he
nice.
wants to knock out Aldo right now. Aldo's face dripping with blood. A couple of jabs there. Teep follows suit. And 15 seconds left on the clock. You can just tell that Demon's not really looking for a finish. Just looking to make sure he secures the round and just can...
Yeah, I don't think Miss would be too pleased watching this one. As it goes to Witherspoon. Surely I feel like it's a 30-27 to Petr or Peter. Or Piotr, yeah. Or Petra. Anyone in chat want to correct me on how you say that? Is it Peter, Petr, Piotr? Or
I feel like it's the second because it's Russian, but hey, that's not the way it goes. Just call him Yan, saves all the hassle. Both of them put on a very good fight. You did have the second round be fairly close, unsure of the first though.
First and third are definitely Jans, or Peter Jans, or Piotr Jan, as people are telling me to pronounce it in the chat. So I'll say Piotr Jan then. So yeah, I feel like yeah, definitely. Is it 30-27 or
30-27 in the favour of Peter Jan. Lovely job
Indeed.
there by Demas, securing the victory
Wonderful.
against Sir Psycho.
And we move on now to your highlight fight, Doc.
It really is my highlight fight. Any fight with any card with Bang Bang on it is going to be a banger, because purely for the fact of Bang Bang is Bang Bang. He doesn't care. He will pressure you until you're dead, until you're weak, until you're out of stam. If he's hurt, he does not care. He wants you on the floor and he wants you unconscious. Masvidal versus Masvidal Mirror. This is going to be an interesting fight. LW Reaper in the red corner, Bang Bang in the blue.
Oh, Masvidal v Masvidal. Interesting
Good
pick.
recovery, good kick, good spinning heel kick, and of course a good flying knee.
Yeah, but it's no different, is it? It's no advantage in either corner if they're the same person, Doc.
Already, though, you see Bang Bang starting to play this boxing game. Reaper looking to go a couple kicks, slip hook there, but defends the uppercut, now goes to for it, and a jab straight meets him down the middle with the lead hook though, and the switch there to follow.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, one Masvidal has been knocked down, which is Reaper. Oh, as you said, it is a Bang Bang fight. Expect fireworks to go off when he's in the octagon. Hence why he's called Bang Bang. Not at all why he's called Bang Bang. I don't actually know. His stamina's gone though. Or is it his leg? Nobody knows. Or is it his head? Or body? Or shoulder? Or, I don't know, foot?
Anything,
I wish you could get like a foot. So that'd be funny.
Both of them playing a very aggressive game. A straight there clips him, and both of them are playing a fun game.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, nice work.
Bang Bang gassing himself out there. Spin kick there. Does go for the straight, and 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Both of them are looking like they're not going to calm the pace down anytime soon.
You know, the pace that has been insane so far. It's really what you want to see. Really warming us up for that co-main events, Doctor.
Yeah, really warming us up here. That's why Bang Bang is probably top of the main card. He always puts on ahead of a fight, and it's the way it goes. Bang Bang got knocked down, but expect another knockdown in his favour. I'm going to take it.
It's just what a fight, really, at the moment. I'm loving every second of it, Doc.
Both of them are trading shots. That straight lands there, lead hook there, follows suit, and Reaper ducking underneath him. Bang Bang narrowly avoids really taking the brunt of that front kick, but both of them are trading shots over and over again.
Yeah, they're really both just trading in the pocket, looking to swinging and banging as Bang Bang goes down now. He really seems to be like more... Oh, and again, neither looking to knock the other out. They're playing with that food, and it normally annoys me, but I make exceptions because it's Bang Bang.
I've just realised Bang Bang's the one pressuring.
Oh!
And gets the knockout.
Go to sleep, Bang Bang. Rest well there after that performance.
Bang Bang
what
taking
a fight
the win
short time he did have
Reaper.
it. The short time he had that fight, what a fight it was.
Indeed, barely ended it in a round, and that's what happens when you fight Bang Bang. He's going to put on that pressure, he's going to play that aggressive game, and if you aren't ready for it, you can get overwhelmed, sadly. Good job by Reaper, though.
Indeed, and now, Doc, we move on to the co-main event of the evening.
Indeed, with that being said, it is the co-main of the evening, Gold Voltage versus the Moffat Man. This should be a quick, simple fight. You know how Goldie plays, we know how the Moffat Man played, so Aldo
They nearly started without us.
They really did. They were playing a very quick game, apparently.
Indeed, they are, indeedeth, they are. Reigneth, goneth, 10:30, sleepeth, needeth. Okay then.
Leg kick lands there, straight over the top. Now a leg kick throws in retaliation. This is a head uppercut there.
Yeah, he's missed it, but plenty of time yet. Ooh, the Moffat man wish he'd used his calf because it is the scariest looking calf in the whole of UFC 4. I don't care what anyone says.
Sometimes where it goes, get denied there. Voltage just trying his hardest to get out of this position. Moffat man on top, playing the slow game. Gets another deny, and this is a risky position to be in.
Yeah, I'd like to see a submission. We haven't had we had a submission tonight, Doc.
We have had a submission. It's where you disappeared for a weird part.
Oh! Well, when my mic decided
did we?
it was just going to go like...
Actually, I'm not sure. Well...
That's what my mic did. Oh! Well, not going to see a submission in this one.
No,
and
just
within 2 minutes, the fight's over.
Yeah.
That's nice, because I may actually be able to go and get some sleep soon when we get to the main event of the evening.
Yeah, it is the main event of the evening. Voltage getting finished by the ever mighty Moffat man. Mr. Humbledink versus LW Albazad. I'm going to butcher that pronunciation. I apologise greatly. Someone has told me in the past. Can't remember it off the top of my head, but hey, that's the way it goes. We've got the middleweight division. It's going to be an interesting fight indeed. Probably going to see a Whittaker mirror, I feel like. So it's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah, for sure it will be. It will be, it for sure. Can't wait to see this one because it is knocking at my door. Oh, that's a good rhyme. Whittaker v. Whittaker. Whittaker, the guy who... I'm really going to have to be careful not to say the name, otherwise I'll probably get banned off comms from Primetime for life.
Yeah, say Whittaker then, you absolute muppet, by season.
No, but like, you know, it might slip out, you know. I don't want to say
Then don't let it slip out. I feel like we don't need to have this commentary on live cons. Anyhow, Humble versus LW's as main event of this evening. Touch of gloves there. Dan Murdiata as our ref. Front kick already starting us off, and both of them are looking to put on a fight to contend with Bang Bang. And the other fight of the night, I can't remember it off the top of my head. Tadpole versus Pudgy. That was the one.
Both main fight charts. Really liking it at the moment. Very nice so far fighting that they are putting on, because they are both good fighters, hence why they're in the main events. Got to say though that you've got to probably look to not get tapped up as much as you are with Mr. Bads at the moment, Doc. You're getting caught a bit more.
Well, 3 minutes all left on the clock so far. Both of them have set a fairly quick pace. Couple clinches now, and straight there lands, body shot up top, a jab straight, head kick follows suit. Humble being make sure to stay impatient, does nearly get uppercutted but eclipse it, goes for the head kick, doesn't get it landed, and 3 minutes left on the clock. It's a back and forth fight between the two of them.
Yeah, fair enough. It's really good at the moment. I'm liking it. Ooh, nice tapping of the controllers at the moment. What am I trying to say? Like, I've got to feel though that the pressure of Mr. Humbledink is gonna eventually lead to Mr. Bad's weltering, Doc. Just like, you can't sit with the pressure for too long, but he is fighting back. It's hardly like he's just allowing him to pressure.
Yeah, both of them are fighting back, but Humble seems to have more success. As you said, although he's pressuring, he's still getting clipped, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're winning the fight, even if you're clipping him as you're getting pressured. The pressure sometimes just gets too much and you suddenly crumble underneath it. One mistake and you're in big trouble.
Yes, you are indeed in big trouble. Which isn't good, is it? But, like, you've got to say, though, both of them, could this be a potential finish early? No.
Well, Humble does get a knockdown. That's already made
early in the fight.
Well, that's already made that Humble has got the first round down. He's landed another hook, goes down to the body afterwards, and both of them are playing a very aggressive game.
Still a minute and a half yet before we start calling the rounds.
You got a minute and a half. A head kick there with a Superman punch, and already digging to that body. The body's stunned, and Humble is playing that very aggressive.
Could we be seeing an early finish here? Perhaps not yet. Smart man, but he's really looking for the ground pound now.
Fairly patient on a ground pound, landing cleanly.
Had he gone for that a bit earlier, would we be talking about the finish currently? I feel we would.
It does get
could come back to haunt him.
Out. The LW currently in big trouble though. His body shot and his head shot does get denied on the takedown. 25 seconds left to win this round, but he's got to survive this point, and he doesn't get uppercutted. And now in top mount again, this could be risky. Jab, straight hook,
nice.
and straight to finish.
Over. Humble, Dink Naldini, whatever you want to call him, has picked up a brilliant win there, really.
He took up a dominant win there, taking it within a round. Tonight has been a card of quick finishes. Throughout this entire card, we've had quick finish after quick finish.
Yeah, very quick. All fights done really now, so
all fights are done. We've had a fantastic card from top to bottom. You had don't Get On My Level versus Sambo Ward start us off. Bone later down the card. You had a Just and Milky Joe. Mystic Mac with his impressive performance against Ortega, sadly taking the loss. Your fight included Hammer getting his payback over Intro. Ricardo coming out with one hell of a fight. Sachimo playing well like a Tony Ferguson pick. Big Nige taking a win for the Nigel Army. Karts doing a very good job as well, and of course you can't forget about the main and co-main with Moffat Man getting a very quick finish in round one, as well as our main event. So with that being said, I think that's us done for the night for PT Fight Night 29. We will be back on Saturday with Atakan defending his belt at PT 41, and with that, wish you a good night. Adios.
Thank you very much for having me as always.
Stick around for a raid at the end. I believe we should be raiding. So, have a good night.